I walked by her in the kitchen. I walked by her in the kitchen and I was trying to say hi. We've been separated in the same house, or she's told me that she wants space, or she's kind of hot and cold, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure where she's coming from. I'm trying to keep on track here. I'm not sure where she's coming from right now. She says she wants space, but then she talks with me, and it seems like she's trying to connect with me, but I'm not really sure what's going on, and it really throws me off when she gets upset. I feel like we have this big setback. It feels like one step forward, 10 steps back, and I'm kind of losing my mind emotionally with what's going on. Maybe you're concerned about potential infidelity or not, but I mean, you're in free fall, you're in limbo. That's what's going on right now. And I don't know if you've read this by now, but we're going to get to it. We're going to get to this. And so it feels like that whatever happens, that she or the situation or just all of life is sort of reaching out and grabbing your heart and yanking you around this way and that at any moment. And the way I described this on the C Note show today was that it feels like you have these emotional doorknobs that are facing out from your body, from your chest, from your heart, from your soul. And that anything that happens, or a bump in life, or road rage, or she looks at you the wrong way, it's like she or someone else or just the world is grabbing those knobs and twisting and turning and pulling, and maybe just opens up a hole in your chest and your heart falls out. And so we talked about that today on the show. We talked about be careful who can touch your knob. Haha, look at that, clickbait. Who can touch your knob, because what you want to do is turn your doorknobs to the inside. This is a visualization that you can do. Or if you just find that you're gushing all over the world, this is something as a man you need to get a hold of. You need to get a hold of who can access your emotions. So visualizing turning all those doorknobs to the inside. So there's still doors. You can choose to open those doors of emotion, adventure, passion, intimacy, connection when you want, but the world or other people aren't just able to reach out and touch your knob. So Cynthia, what does it feel like when a man has his knob facing outward and anyone can just touch it, versus when a man gets a hold of his own emotions, is in control of himself and turns his doorknobs to the inside? What does it feel like for a woman, one to the other? Please share with us.
Yeah, well, when it feels like as a woman, you're in a relationship where your partner is easily affected by the outside world. His emotional state is determined, driven by outside influences. I've myself experienced that's kind of I've felt anxious in situations like that, because I didn't know how he was going to respond. And I was uncertain of, where the ship was going to head, depending on what wind was blowing him. Yes, what wind was in his sail. And I also have experienced that not knowing how a man's going to be affected by the outside world and not having his own internal sense of where those doorknobs are, I've found myself getting more masculine in those situations, because if I'm not sure of his own self-reliance, it's like, man, I don't want to be affected by that, and I better start taking care of my own world. And it can either make me withdraw or put up barriers, or go, I'm going to lead the ship this way, because I can't tell where that one's going to be blown off course at any moment.
Yeah, that's a great point. So if your emotions are flooding all over the place, it forces her to be more of the container, the riverbanks, the masculine energy. And that's not a place that she wants to be. It's not going to make you feel good to treat her like your mommy. So I've got a cherry on top here in a moment. If you're watching this and you can be on our daily live C Note show calls, please join us. You're missing out if you're not. We've got a group. We had, I think, about 16 men on there today from all around the world, Spain, New Zealand, all over the United States. Another gentleman from the UK called in as well. So join us on our C Note show, greatmenmovemountains.com/CNote, CNOTE, to get the live daily link. So www.greatmenmovemountains.com/CNote. And it's 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to noon, Monday through Friday. And so a cherry on top, guys, of how to maybe turn those doorknobs to the inside, something that's going to help you there. Not only is your morning breathing and reading something inspirational and journaling for 2 minutes in the morning, but what I want you to do is think about where is the edge of your own vulnerability right now. So when she's in the kitchen and you're in the kitchen, is even looking at her feel vulnerable to you right now? Is having a conversation feel vulnerable? Is going up and standing next to her while you're both facing out the window, is that feel vulnerable? Where's your edge in this moment? Because I want you just to lean into that edge, not try to eat the whole elephant at one time. In this moment, you're certainly not trying to escalate to sex. You're not expecting a 10 out of 10 on the staircase of intimacy. You're dancing, you're leaning in one bit at a time, and then you're going back to that grounded feeling. So you need to feel grounded and fucking amazing in your own self and in your chest and in your life. So that's number one, no matter what. Okay. And when you got that going on, then you take 10 seconds at a time, or a half step at a time, or 1 minute of engagement at a time. So you can feel a little vulnerable, if you will, and lean in a bit, and then back to your own life. And if she's still rejecting that, then it's time to take a step back and interact with her even less frequently. But just take small steps at a time. You're not trying to do these grand gestures. Don't write her a 4-page letter. Don't bow to her about the mistakes you've made in the past. That's way too much right now. One little bit at a time. Join us in the forums. Get the free stuff on our website. Cynthia, thank you so much for being here. Go move mountains one step at a time, guys.